Hello dear friends, today we'll discuss something about cell reference. So open a blank worksheet and see in the sheet area you will find a number of columns, a number of rows and cells. So today's discussion is how a particular cell is being referred, how it is addressed, what is its reference. Now you see, while you are clicking in any cell, automatically in the address area the name of the cell is coming, like C4. In the name box you are getting C4, here E6. So suppose right now my cursor is available at D4. I'm putting some text there, just like India. I'm writing a particular text India there in D4, and I want the contents of D4 to be available in D7. For that I need to write, I will refer that cell equals D4, implies whatever is there in D4 just show me there. The same thing comes there, and in both the cells D4 and D7 are two different cells having different name, and content wise D4 is a independent cell, whereas D7 is a dependent cell because the contents are dependent on contents of other cell here. How? Because in D4 you have entered the data directly, but in D7 the data is not direct, the data is shown here from D4. So I have mentioned it here. Show the data as the formula shows here in formula bar. Show the data which is available in D4. If right now I am going to change India to be Asia and press enter, then immediately the contents of D7 will change to Asia. How it is? Because moment the contents of the independent cell is getting changed, accordingly the dependent cells adjust their self. So that is how the contents are managed in Excel. So now let us come back to our original discussion as cell address and cell reference. So while I am in D7, I am referring to D4. So the formula is written D4 equals D4, means it is coming to that cell and getting the contents and showing it here. So how it goes to a particular cell and takes the contents? Being in D7, if the contents of D4 is required, then being in the same column, only the row changing, because the independent cell row has 4 and dependent cell has the row number 7. From being in 7, how to go to 4? It is just going back once, again once, and again once. Means if you are in seventh row, if you want to go to 4th row, then you have to go to the previous row once again. That is how Excel calculates the cell addresses, being in the same column. If it is different column, again it will calculate whether it has to move to back or forth. So it is backward and forward only by numbers. If I am going to see, the formula is also containing the same logic. If I am going to copy this formula by right click it, copy, and come to G7, enter. See, we were expecting the same formula being copied to G7 and the same value should come here, but it is not coming because if you go to the formula bar, you will get it is G4, because the logic behind this formula is go back 3 rows previous, and now here also the same logic is being copied here for the same formula, and it is going by 3 rows previous above and getting G4 here. The formula is G4, and actually the G4 is not containing any value, so it is showing you 0. So here the cell reference is just by moving forward or backward by numbers. So if you want the formula which is available at D7 to be constant, not going to change wherever you are going to copy it, then what we need to do? Make the formula absolute. How to make the formula absolute? The cell address that is containing the column part and the row part must be protected from changing. How to make it? Just put one dollar sign in front of them, the way I'm putting it here. D4 is there, just in front of D put $1 symbol, in front of 4 put $1 symbol. It becomes absolute and enter. Now the formula which is available in D7 is containing the cell address in absolute manner. So if you copy this formula, now copy it and go to anywhere in, let us suppose K12. I'm putting my cursor in K12 and enter here. The same thing will come, because after copying it to K12 or M20 or N11, wherever, any random cell, the formula containing the cell addresses never change. That is how it works. So any formula, if you want that to be relative to any column or any row, then you have to keep the formula and addresses with reference to the cell address, and if the cell to be constant, not to change while copying, then make it absolute, and putting $1 symbol in front of this, in front of row and column, you can make it absolute. Thank you very much. Hope you understood it. Thanks for watching.